It's like we're gonna move it, and we are you.
Cheers, everybody.
Welcome.
Welcome to another episode of Bourbon and Booze. It's Tuesday, it's Whiskey Day, and we're going to be elevating ourselves in the class system because we are going to try a whiskey that is normally promoted to a much more upper class group of people. So, if you like what we do, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. Cody and Andy don't actually realize we have a YouTube channel. They just think we're drinking.
What? We have a YouTube channel?
So, running gag for 4 years. Actually, it's not a gag. He really doesn't know. We are going to look at Chivas Regal, right? Regal? Chivas Regal. This was actually given to me as a gift from one of my friends. I always see Chivas in movies where it's like the upper class when they're ordering a whiskey. You know, not real life like James Bond movies, but just the old 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever, wanting Chivas Regal.
You just dated yourself.
I did. This is their 12-year. I think this is their flagship edition. I've never actually had Chivas. We just now opened this. I can't remember ever having Chivas. I may have in a bar at one time because when I go to a bar, I always choose to try something I haven't if they have it. I'm very critical of bars. You can ask Cody. When we go to bars and I look at whiskey, I may have had it there, but I can't think of ever having it before. Have you?
I don't think I've ever had it.
Okay.
What is the cost? Tell me the...
So, a cost for a 750, now this is only a 320, a cost for a 750 is $32.99.
Oh, that's not bad.
Not at all. And I don't know why I always feel like it is a upper class. It's just from the movies and stuff.
Maybe that's why I never thought about it. I just thought it was expensive or something.
Yes. Kind of like Buchanan's. Also is not one that I would normally jump to, but I actually have a couple Buchanan's and love it. I hate the little stopper in there, but I love them. And there's another one out there that is, to me, more upper class. Yes, Cody?
Up in front.
The bottle looks really familiar, like I've had it before, but I'm not sure either.
Yeah.
Very familiar.
Very familiar.
I've seen it and I've known about it, but it hasn't really, like...
Something that you go get.
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe it's because I saw all the rich people in movies drinking
well,
it.
one thing about this is, for you, and probably for me, is that we're single malt people. This is a blended whiskey.
And they used to have commercials with everybody all in their tuxedos and stuff. Ugh.
So this is a 12-year-old blended at 40% or 80 proof. It is from Pernod Ricard, which is one of the larger alcohol conglomerates out there.
Did you say that 3 times fast?
Pernod Ricard. Pernod Ricard. Pernod Ricard.
Well, very well played, sir.
Yes. What is the other whiskey that's out there that's very... It's like Buchanan's and Chivas. There's another one that is very off my radar because it just... I don't know. I'll think of it. But I do like blended whiskeys. I'm much more into single malts. Way more into single malts. But I do like blended. At $32.99, this is going to be a 2-barrel on cost.
There's some pretty damn good blended whiskeys out there.
Oh, yeah. I actually, and most people that watch this probably aren't, but I'm actually a huge fan of Johnny Walker's, which is all blended. Bell's.
Teacher's blended?
Teacher's is blended. Bell's is blended. There's some great blends out there.
So just because it's blended does not mean that it's...
This smells really good. A little bit of smoke on it, which I wasn't expecting.
Not very much at all.
Not very much, but there's some peat in this. green apple.
Get a little bit of the leather.
Okay, leather and tobacco both.
Yeah.
But definitely some green apple, some smoke. Smoke, peat. So whatever they're blending with, some of it's coming from Isla. I say, like I don't know. I mean, you don't have to be from Isla to have peat. Some apricot.
The dried apricot.
Yes. I actually really like this.
I do too.
It's a little bit of spicy too.
It's very pleasant.
Yeah. I'm getting a little bit of alcohol tinge to it, so it's got some medicinal aspect, which for a 40% I wouldn't really want. Because that tells me, in my mind, not really in reality, but in my mind, there's some neutral grain in there. But there's a little bit of spice to it.
It's got a little bit of baked goods to it.
Okay. I think I'm gonna hate saying this, but I think this is a 4 to me on aroma.
I did 3.5.
3.5. I can do that. 3.5 on aroma is perfectly fine for me.
This is one of those ones that you could sit there and just kind of smell it.
Yeah, because I think it's got a mixture of Highland, Speyside,
Yeah,
a little bit of Isla. So it's got a little bit of that heather. From the Highland, it's smooth. It's got some back-end bitterness to it, but it's pretty smooth.
It's velvety smooth.
But it's not complex.
The aroma is way complex.
It is pretty. It's pretty smooth, but not complex. It's kind of just there.
That's what I was going to say, just there.
It's got a little bit of the smokiness. I mean, just very small hint. I think it's definitely got some apricot flavor to it.
Got a little butterscotch in it.
Yes.
You two are high.
What do you think?
I feel like I'll just throw out words. It's got the like basic Scotch flavor down.
Yeah.
And
But the
it's
smoothness,
smooth and
the velvetiness,
The silkiness
of it is so enjoyable.
Yeah, this would actually be really good as a Scotch and water.
I'm thinking, I'm like,
I like Scotch.
So Cody was talking about we were just throwing words out and stuff. And I think one of the big things is when we started this, and you can go back to old ones, first year, we were clueless.
we didn't know what we were
We didn't know what we were doing. By the time we got into the second year fully and third year, I think I was much more advanced. I'm still struggling with this. It took that chart to help you, and I think that's probably something Cody needs. So we have multiple charts. I'm going to make sure he's
It
getting
definitely
one.
helps, but I think we could probably update the chart with a little...
We could. I think it's 100% helped you being more, because a lot of the times I was like saying, green apple, whatever, and you're like, it's good. I like it.
Let's see.
There's a little green apple on the flavor.
I can actually see that a little bit.
I'm going to say...
More like the bitterness that green apple has afterwards, after apple flavor.
Yeah. It's definitely a 3 on flavor.
I was going to say a 3+. It's not a 3.5,
Right.
but it's...
a strong 3.
Yeah.
It's a weak 3.5 on bite or on aroma. It's a strong 3 on flavor, and I think it's a 3 on bite.
Yeah, overall numbing, nothing too major, nothing too smooth. Like, it's good.
So
The only-
overall,
the thing with the 3+, that's strong 3, is that velvety. It's like the mouthfeel to it is like,
It is.
it's really enjoyable. Let's try some water in it.
Yeah. And nothing we change here is going to downgrade it or upgrade it. So it is a 3 overall.
And unless a drop of water makes it like explode with aroma.
If it makes us give us a Scottish or English accent.
Oh, it definitely brings out the alcohol in me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it did. Like release the alcohol a little bit.
Okay, so I changed my mind. I wouldn't want this as a Scotch and water, but I think I would like it over an ice.
Damn.
Cool. Yeah.
The ice, like cooler.
Yeah.
Like an ice ball that's going to melt really slow.
Because it cools it down and stuff, just the water. But don't you drink a Scotch and water with ice on it, or is it just Scotch on?
Just usually Scotch and water. And Scottish people usually do, and the English people for that, usually do 50-50, 50% Scotch, 50% water. I like, when I've done Scotch and water, I'm more like a 30-70, 30% water, 70% Scotch. But 99% of the time, I just like it straight.
Yeah.
Neat. Now I'm just at a loss. I don't think it's worth $32.99. I think it's a $20 whiskey.
Because it would be a great everyday, just one a glass of Scotch. Perfect for that. Nothing too fancy, nothing too bold, nothing.
Yeah.
It's like the
that
famous
$30
Grouse
Yeah.
blended whiskey, which is very, very reasonable priced. And it's pretty good.
I think I'd like Famous Grouse over this, though.
Yeah.
And Bell's over this. But I will say this is much better than some of the stuff that I get in England from like the stores, like the Co-op or Sainsbury or whatever. The store side, yeah. I think it's better.
See.
But is that like, would some of those be like what we'd have here, like the Costco or the store brand or the Sam's Club brand? Or
So Costco is Anderson, I can't think of the name offhand, which is a pretty good quality Scotch. Sam's, Walmart, what the hell? I haven't found anything from Sam's that I liked. We didn't like the gin, we didn't like the vodka, and we definitely didn't like the whiskey, the Members Mark. If you remember Members Mark. I didn't. Sam's.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't care for that. Where Costco was much better.
and then like
But I think I'd still choose this.
here in Texas, we don't have
Yeah.
booze in the grocery stores, but like, west of like New Mexico.
Well, most states, I mean, even Louisiana east of us, and then Arizona, Nevada, Colorado, they all have grocery store.
And they got their own brands.
Well, I'd have this at the end of the day, or with dinner, if I didn't want anything too potent, or complex.
But I'd probably only have
Spices
one of them.
high, yeah.
Kind of mellow. And I'd like you said, I'd like to try it on a ice ball or something. Because maybe the coolness would change. I wouldn't add water to it at all.
No.
I do neat or ice.
Let's go ahead and let you guys decide. Tell us what you think in the comments. How do you like Chivas? Now, Chivas has different variations. I don't think they do a single malt, but they have different years, 12 years, and I think they have an 18 and stuff. So please let us know what you think about Chivas. Leave your favorite movie in the comments with Chivas. I can't think of any, but that's what I always think about when Chivas comes up. And it could be the old commercials.
Yeah.
Back when we were kids, you could get tobacco and alcohol commercials on regular TV. On YouTube, I get those commercials all the time. Alcohol.
Not tobacco. No,
Not tobacco.
no.
But tell us what you think about Chivas. What's your favorite one? Is there a good recipe for a cocktail with Chivas? We'd definitely be interested in that. We only have the 325 or 350. This will probably go rather quickly because, you know, it's not that much. And like Cody says, it's a good just after work single drink. But let us know. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Check out Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and merchandise, and TikTok. I gotta refigure that. I need it like a teleprompter so I don't forget and put them out of order.
Why don't you have Cody with cue cards?
Cue cards. Remember, there's no bad whiskey. I'm training him.
There's good whiskey and great.
Yeah, there's no bad whiskey. There's only good whiskey and great whiskey, and this is pretty good whiskey. Overall, it was a 3. Cheers.
Laters.